An endless multiverse of possibilities awaits you, with champions from worlds both familiar and entirely unique to this strange realm. They wait to have their true power unleashed by the Summoner. Champions are forever.
Well. What have we here? People! What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are live once again, and I hope everybody is doing well today. It's Wednesday, hump day. And we are gonna relax. We need some relaxing after that horrible Battlegrounds. Ugh. Oh, man. I do not like Battlegrounds, let me tell you. Okay, let us let's get my chat up here. Switch that over there. Hello. How y'all doing? Epinosis is the first one in the building. T. Smitty, good morning. Shadowverse in the building. May not be here when you start, but like button smashed. Appreciate it, T. Smitty. Pixie Bell, what's up, girl? Mortimer, hello. Live Kabam stream today. Going to be flipping back and forth between streams. Oh. Should I, hold on. Let me, log in here. Just in case they give drops, I guess. Okay. Okay. I'm logged in. No promo code yet, they said. Yeah, I see them doing Battlegrounds. Okay. Let's see. Dr. J, what's up, man? Kabam are doing their live stream YouTuber thing again. Not sure the benefit of it. Maybe just to have fun and interact with the community. I don't know. Kingpen, what's up, man? How you doing? Okay, let me start up the game here. Get some nice that's Vaseline with cocoa butter. In case you're wondering what I'm putting on my face. But that's what it is. Nice cocoa butter formula. Palmer's heals and softens. It also has vitamin E. All right. Still firing up here. Ooh. Yeah, that's better. I always have to do that based on where I've pulled up my chair. All right, it's starting. One nice thing about this is that you can tell when it is starting to fire up because it automatically picks it up. Before, it was sitting there like, oh, you got to log in and all that stuff. You don't see any of that. But soon as it starts up, starts actually firing up, you guys can see it. Or I should say, once the game is loading. Okay, so first things first. I went ahead. Ooh, what's this? Summon the rally. We have rewards. What's all that? Okay. Hey. Epic adventures and battles. Marvel Contest of Champions is now cross-platform. It sure is. Still able to play contests. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. Nope. We're already watching it. And clearly, I want Groot. Oh, already own him. Let's see. Is there anybody that's already... Yeah. So he's Sig 200. Yeah, so we're going to get Thor. I got him to Sig 200 because one of these days, I'm going to do those challenges. And who is this? Extended server issue corrected. Third party issue. Oh, yeah. When it was down for like 2 hours, right during the time I would have been streaming. And it finally came up. But yeah, it was out of their control. Let's see. Oh, I got 20 of these in the stash. And 18 of those in the stash. And 8 of those. Yeah, we ain't claiming those just yet. And then the live stream alert. All right. Okay. What's all this? Okay, so this is the new stuff here. Wow. So they got another. And this is for leveling up, which is fine. Oh, wait. Okay, so they just took away any reason for me to continue in the Gladiator circuit. See this here? They expired this early because they want you to rush to get to the Gladiator circuit and rush to the 100, which I'm not going to do. So now, even if I get to 100, I'm not getting the 10,000 radiance. The only radiance I could get at this point would be to get to 200, which I'm not going to do. So there's really no point in me doing anything more than getting my minimum for my alliance and calling it a day. And that's what I'll do. What's this? Win a fight in any game mode. Okay. All right, that's decent. We're gonna do that today. Multiversal pathway, we'll do that as well. And I'll probably try to knock that out, but we'll see. If I get to 300,000 first, I'm done. Let me see, where am I at? Yeah. So, as soon as I get, what? About 1,900 more points, I'm done. And I'm going to do that offline, so you don't have to worry about another live stream of Battlegrounds, because it ain't happening. Not this season. And I heard that the new meta in the Gladiator Circuit, Invade, and all of that stuff is a pain, which is fine. I just need 1,900. I can lose my way to that. And there's, like I said, because they did that, there's no incentive to me right now to push to 100, because I was going to try to do that. I was a little close to it. Where was I? Yeah, see, I was at 47. I was at 60 something, but I would have tried to push a little bit to 100 to see if I could, you know, snag the 10,000 radiance. But since they took that away, no stress, no drama. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Okay. I just started streaming. All right, give me a second, guys. The Orkin guy is here to spray. So give me a second. Okay, all done. Ah. He was also curious about the game. He was like, "Man, how many of those you got?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is how many I got right here." He was like, "Ooh, wow, nice collection." Because it's the same guy that, you know, usually comes by, and when he find out that, you know, I do the live stream and all that, so he was curious as to this game here. But all right. See, make sure I did. Everything is back. You guys can hear me. Spider, what's up, man? Oh, you came in with caps. Now you know Streamlabs don't like no caps. Arena, this is where I'm at. We've already finished pretty much every arena except this one, so that's the one we're going to be doing today. But we do have a side quest thing here to do, and I don't know. We'll do that, but is it worth it to do that? What do you guys think? Are these crystals worth it? I'm not even sure. Let's see, are they over here? Yeah. So it's 5 to 7, so you could get a 7-star out of there, but they're 5 to 7. So I don't know all about that. I don't know. All right, let's look at the side quest, because it looks like it's a little different than before. It doesn't look like you can do all the different difficulties like you could before. Let me grab let's grab these. All right, and gotta refresh it, I guess. There we go. So to get those crystals, I have to do threat level 5. And I can't do any other level without using that resource, and you don't get it back. So unlike the last time, you either do threat level 5 or that's it. However, you do have this one over here that has some of the things that you used to get over there. And the reason they did that is because they have a deal for the little tier 1 and tier 2 dust. And I did get the deal for the tier 1 dust. I went and grabbed all of them. And we're gonna ascend some champions too before we do arena. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Mystic, 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 mutant, mutant, mutant. Okay. Let's go in with... Oh, this is filtered. Oh, I see how y'all want to play it. Well, we'll just go with you. We'll go with you. And we'll go with some Deathless She-Hulk. let's see what we got going on in here. Make sure my chat is still working. I think a lot of people are watching the live stream, but I haven't seen anything since Spider came in. So just want to make sure that it's working. All right. Let's go up this way. We got Warlock here. All right, so it's just a bishop. Make sure my fingers on the right keys. Worked out great. Sometimes he likes to fire the special right in my block. He'll fire his like special one right into my block, and it's so annoying. Okay, let's get that done. Get you, and for you, we've got Photon. My girl, talking about my girl, Ooh. Oh, hey. Oh, whoops. Supposed to do double medium. Like that. Here we go. All done. So, last I've heard, they're still deliberating in the Karen Reed retrial. And they've been asking questions. Apparently, they updated, they updated the jury form to include some notes to make it a little bit clearer because they were having questions. And given how the last trial went, we know that it's not them. It's them forms. You know, in this case, because I don't like that judge, but in this case, it's not the judge. It's the way their law system works there and how they do the forms. So they have to be clear that, you know, if they already have an answer for one of the main charges, you know, they don't want to charge her and say, okay, she's guilty for this lesser included, but not for the main one, you know? So that can be really confusing. And why did it jump out here? Huh. Okay, well, that was odd. All right, let's go back in here. Did it because they don't want me to do many BGs. It's a quality of life thing. It seems like it. It sure seems like it. Works for me. Because that does ensure that I won't be doing any more than my minimum. Deathless She-Hulk, boy! ain't playing with you. Definitely one of my favorite. Her and Deathless Thanos are my favorite Deathless champions. For sure. Guillotine coming up. Let's see. Let's do that. Guillotine coming up third. And Deathless King Groot. Come on, come on. Hit him with it. Too bad it couldn't look like that in Battlegrounds yesterday. Instead, he just hung around till he got a special 3 and killed me. It was fun. All right. Yeah, we can do that. Yep. Over with. Me some photon. And we're collecting these. And then we can go into the next one, I guess. And it looks like we have to select because we only get like 4 of these. I guess we could hold them. But yeah. Wait, what? Huh? Oh. I was like, wait, did I go do the wrong one? No. Get back in here. I was looking at that like, wait. Hold up. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bazooka, what's up, man? All right, hold on. Let me finish this, but I think so maybe I can do the side quest if it doesn't require an entry. Maybe I can do it like we could do the other one. Let me check that out. But how you doing, Bazooka? Hit him with it. That's how it is. You can ask Giz. I stole your girl while you was in prison jail for MC assault. But yeah, I gotta check that. Just chilling, grinding arena. Yeah, I'm gonna do some arena right after we finish doing this multiverse pathways thing. Hate fighting her with all that glancing. right in the breadbasket. 33.5K. Wait, what? Hey, I'm gonna check that other one, see if there's anything we can get from that. That maybe I missed. Oh, that's how many units you have. That's a nice set of units. You straight. You ready. You ready to get everything July 4 has to offer. I'm not. I'm gonna have to pick and choose, which is fine with me. I had to do that, I think, last time. But I have no regrets. Okay, so this here, can you go into one of these? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Aha. That's what it was. So you would have to choose, let me see. Yeah, you'd have to use this up. That's what it was. So if I want these, I have to use this, which means that I would then not be able to use them on anything in here. And see, this, you get the tier 2. You're getting 7-star hero. So you're getting, you don't want to use those for that if you have to choose. And see, same thing. You got to get in here. So I can grab the tier 2 dust if I want to. But yeah, I can grab everything here. So it's either get those or get the dust. I already know which one I'm gonna choose. And this just gets me more, let me get some spider ham in here. Gets me more of that. Got blind from arenas, wow. Let's see. Let's go this side this time. Choose what you need to get. Yeah. See, when they did this before, you could, and I missed the first week, but you could do all the difficulties and get that dust. You know, it wasn't a whole lot, but you know. Hit him with it. Yeah, buddy. Man, Spider Pig, but Spider Woman, I want her. See, on for the July 4 deals, I'm gonna look, and what I mainly want, and it changes based on, you know, what happened, but what I mainly want these days is new champions. So right now there are some really good champions in the Titan pool that I would like. So anything that gets me more Titan chances is going to have a higher value for me. That wasn't the case before when the Titan pool was not so good. So during July 4, I'm not going to be looking at the big boy, you know, prize if it's just resources for rank ups. What I'm going to be looking at is, you know, if they have a Titan Nexus, I'm going to want that. If they have a Titan Selector or of any type, I'm going to want that. You know, so that's what I'll be looking at this July 4. And what is it? Tomorrow is Juneteenth. For those of you who know what that is. Woo! I had to learn it. What is that? I was about to say Labroski, but what is that? Laxbroski? What's the easiest path in Epoch? I want to do it, but I don't know which path I should take. You're just trying to do a completion run? I have some, I have my videos that I did it live. I don't know what I would say is the easiest path. Because if you have certain champions like I think Silk really tore up one of the paths. So it may also depend on your roster. Ricky Burns, what's up, man? For me, I hope I can get Deathless Thanos, Yelena, Bastion, Spider-Woman. I already have Deathless Thanos, but Yelena I want, Bastion I want as much as, oh my goodness. And Spider-Woman I want. I mean, I want all of them up there, but those I definitely want. I have Silk and Photon for Science. Yeah, perfect. See, that one path for the Science is probably going to be easy for you. Silk rocks it. If I remember correctly, they take damage. You have to put debuffs on them. Well, both Silk and Photon put a lot of debuffs. Trying to remember, who else did I use? I don't remember who else I used, but if you have Silk and Photon, that path is probably the one you should be looking at for your first easy run. All right. So we finished all of those. And the only thing left here is to grab the reward. So I'll do that offline. All right, but I did get the bundles for the tier 1 dust. I didn't mess with the tier 2 dust, didn't care. But the tier 1 dust, so I can ascend several champions here. Okay, now, see this? Look at that. So that's what, 5? I can ascend 5 4-stars right now. And the reason to ascend one of these 4-stars is for arena. So it basically boils down to, you know, who I like to use and who I think is fast in the arena. You know, like, for example, Shuri and Sentinel, they're good, but are they fast in the arena? I'm looking for speed, right? There's some champions I haven't even ranked up yet. These are all maxed out. Those are all my maxed out champions. And then down here, these champions are not even leveled up. So I'm gonna level up Phoenix because she just got a rework and she's actually pretty decent. Some people might want certain 4-stars ascended for the Karina challenges. There's a Karina challenge for a 4-star? Oh! Yeah, I think, did I already ascend? Hold on, let's look at that. Let's go over there. Wrong one. Okay, it wasn't those. I may have already done it. I remember the one with the 4-star, Loki. I think there was one there. And I think I did that one. Let's see, with only 5-star champions. All right, 5-star. Complete Realm of Legends with only a 3-star Aegon. 3-star Aegon. Can I even, 3-star champs. Okay. All right, here we go. So, complete Labyrinth of Legends with only 4-star champions tag Canadian. So, if you're planning on doing that one, you might want to do that. Ascend some of them. That would be good. See, I was not even planning on doing that. Labyrinth of Legends with only a 4-star Star-Lord. But at least you can ascend them now. So if I ever plan on doing that, then yeah. Let's see, Labyrinth of Legends, 4-star. Now see, this one I could do, just to get it out of the way. Tagged Inhuman in your roster, and it's Labyrinth of Legends. So that one's not that bad. Yeah, if you haven't done Labyrinth of Legends, do that. But yeah, I'm not planning on going back into Labyrinth of Legends anytime real soon. So for me, it's just for the arena. But that's a good shout. For people who are planning on doing that, that might be a reason to ascend certain champions. Let me see. They're a organization, right? Yeah. So any of these you might want to ascend. Actually, that's the one I would ascend. Oh, I can do more than 5. I can do 6. I didn't see I had some in the overflow. So yeah, definitely ranked her up. I was thinking of that anyway. Okay, so let's see. Who else do we want to ascend here? And again, it's just really those that I think are going to be good and quick in the arena. Now, Dust. She's pretty fast. So we'll ascend Dust. I do know the name, but I don't remember it. Now, see, Nick Fury, he's fast and he's safe. So we're going to ascend him. And let's see, who else? We could do Silk. Yeah. Let's ascend Silk. Jack-o'-lantern. Yeah. Jack Wood. He be tearing people up. Who else? Zemo. I like that Zemo can shrug things off. But let's see. For fun, for funsies. I could rank up Absorbing Man too. Oh, Magneto's not. Well, my 4-star isn't. Okay, well. Could do Prowler. Hulkling. Could do Hulkling. He's definitely a beastie. I think it's better to look Karina challenges. It is, if you are planning on doing those Karina challenges, you definitely want to ascend those champions. Absolutely. Growler. And then I still have like 30 odd. It's so weird. I need to get some more of that. Maybe Kushala. Because she's fun. Okay, so now I have like 30. So let me see. Can I get... That's tier 2. Where's the tier 1? There it is. All right, so I can get this. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we can do one more. And again, I just do these mainly for fun, for the arena. It's going to push them up nearer to the top. And I like to pick ones that I think are going to be pretty quick. So let's do Hulkling. And that's it. Now we can get ready to rumble. Finally. Finally, it's happened to me. Let's see. That's already over. Okay, let's get in here. And we'll do as much as we can. Do I have any more? Nope. Should I pop open stuff and boost? What y'all think? It's not like I don't have enough. It'd be from here. I'm down to 34 million shards. CC Peniston. Yep. Finally, it's happened to me. Let's grab some of these. It'll help no matter what. Not using them for anything else, really. May as well make my arena grind a little bit easier. Let's do 300 of them for now. Oh. Individually open any crystal. Oh. Oh, we're going to get a bunch of those then. Yeah. Pretty low. I have about 46 mil still. And this right here is a rare. I remember needing that back in the day. And I opened up so many and could not get one of those. And I just needed one. Just one. Whoops. Maybe I should pop some more. I mean, it just speeds it up a little bit, you know? Ah. Chicky, boom, boom. When you don't need it, you'll get it. Well, think about this. How many have we opened? And we only have one. Okay, we just got the second one on that last batch. Out of 300, we got 2 of those. Okay, so we got a bunch of these. Okay. That'll speed things up a little bit. Yes, sir. Quest is done. Alliance quest is done. I went in there, by the way. Each pop gets you 1. Batches count as 1. Yeah. We had enough. Look. We're finished. What's this one? Okay, we will be finished with this one. And yeah, this will be easy. We'll finish this one up. And we finished that one. But yeah, I mean, I was popping a bunch of them already, so no surprise there. Okay, let's pop them, pop them, pop them. And let's go. Only 74 days though. How will I get those done? Well, no, in the near future. Yeah. Yeah, Spider-Woman ain't no joke. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely want a Spider-Woman. I want a Count Nefaria. Still don't have him. Still don't have Luke Cage. So there's a bunch of champs that I don't have, you know. For the new AW maps, are you still running recall? Samir, it depends. If I'm going in against with somebody like if I have to use Kushala, no. I have to turn those off because she needs to spam specials. And the fight is going to go on long enough that it would take me out. However, I've gone in there with Deathless Thanos against like a future Ant-Man. I don't even turn them off for that. So it just depends on the matchup. But, you know, like if I'm using Sheila, this last fight, I turned them off and I timed out. So I don't know. Oh, you forgot Counting the Faria. Yeah. How you gonna forget Counting the Faria? Whoopsie. Haha. Okay, I'm tired of switching them back and forth. Yeah. Well, see, I used to do that all the time. MCOC on stream. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Wait. I'll pin that up. Oh, hey, easy now. They need to stop hitting me in my block. Get on out of here. Messing with my hit monkey. All right, hold on. Let me, let's pin that up. And let me go over there. Oh my goodness, what's all that? Oh, that's the new currency. All right. I timed out, so I gotta log back in. It gives 3 40% revives, 5 health potions, level 5, and 5 energy refills. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Especially given that we're doing this, well, some of us are going to do this Wheel of Fate. Okay, let's go down. Oh, I didn't get my Valiant Daily. All right. MCOC on stream. MCOC on, oh, Steam. Not stream. There we go. All right. Let's go snatch that. Ah, it's a Nexus selector. Okay. We will grab that. And that's my other one. All right, cool, cool. Dash Nosh. It is free. Yeah, the other one was for the server maintenance. Okay, that's what you were talking about. Yeah, that's this one. That's this. It wasn't anything to do with them, but that's a nice gesture anyway. Okay. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Look at that. See? Dust is right here. So I get to use dust. Claim our roll is too quick to see where they're from. Understandable. See, she's very quick. Got 5-star chance from the Nexus. That's kind of what you can expect. I think that's what I got last time, but maybe I'll get something this time. Yum Chum. The new BG meta just came out. Yeah, Invade meta. And I talked about it a little bit earlier. They got rid of the objective. They expired it. They made sure it was very short for the 100 points. So they've removed any incentive I had to do anything really in the gladiator circuit, because I was gonna kind of push, because I don't rush, and that's what they want to reward. They want to rush everybody there, and that's why I don't believe them when they say it was a bug, because that bug did exactly what they want everybody to do. It forced everybody. It's why I don't trust them. But they want everybody to hurry, hurry, hurry to get to Gladiator Circuit. So they dangled 10,000 Radiance for 100 and then 10,000 for 200. And for the 100, it only lasts for apparently one meta. So you can't get the, you can't complete the objective for the 100 anymore. It's too late. The 200 is still there, which I never go for anyway. So once I get my minimum for the Alliance, I'm at 281,000. I get my 300,000 minimum, I'm done. I am Beneath. You're in Uru 1. I think I'm in Uru 3, 2? Something like that. But yeah, I'm not a Battlegrounds person. So especially with the bugs. I'm gonna post the short up so you can see my experience in Battlegrounds. Ooh! Alliance Quest. I went in with a different team. Almost got wrecked. But I didn't. This is my third BG season. I'm only in Vibranium 4. I want to hit GC this season. Keep at it, man. You should be able to. Perseverance. Use up that energy they give you and everything. But it can be frustrating. I warn you about that now. I hate AI. I dashed back, but my character didn't dash back, and I got heavily punished. Oh, yeah. That happens a lot. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Come again. Now, one thing on the PC version I have to remember is my mouse. I have one key for the striker. And I have it assigned also to my mouse. I have to remember that my mouse needs to be over here for that to work. Because if I'm in another screen and I hit it and I don't notice it, that's my fault. All right, let's jump into Alliance Quest. This is the team I went in there with, and I just got wrecked. So I'm switching out a little bit. I'm gonna go in with because one thing I forgot, and I should have remembered that, I have to fight a Havoc. And on the easy days, Juggernaut wrecked him. I mean, it was quick. He didn't get a chance to plasma detonate. However, this last one, he did a lot. Now, I'm debating because I normally just go in with Hercules. This is the only place that I've been using him. And when I use him, any of the little shenanigans that be happening, doesn't matter. So that's the team I usually go in with. And that team has been solid for me. For my path. These buffs don't really do anything for me. I mean, I could do that. I don't know. We could try that one. For Mr. Sinister, maybe. I don't know. I've not had too much... I haven't seen too much benefit from that. I got too many of these in the overflow. May as well use them up. I try to do arena every time. I say I'm going to grind right now. One win in. I dip out of there. Trying to get his charges built. Okay. Because getting his charges built makes it easier on me later. There we go. So that got me 3 charges from that fight. So it makes it easier. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Always start with a heavy. That's 1 charge. Intercept is another one. Remember to knock her down. Oh. Okay. See if I can get her to knock me down here. Nope. She wouldn't do it. So much fun when the AI acts up like that, but it's all good. We got no time for her foolishness. Let me see. Can I do You do not have a 6-star Herc? Really? Been trying to get for 4 years. At this point, I could care less anymore. Oh, man. That's rough. Because that's the highest Herc is probably going to go ever. All into my block. Look at my health. Between that and the shock on me. That time he didn't. You know why? Because he didn't want me to turn off his healing. Look at that. 65% of my health. Gone. Never got touched. No hits received. Fun and interactive. But it's all good. I have Kate, have CGR, have Doom, but no hurt. Wow. Tap it. Hit him with it. All right. Get him out of there. Gonna tackle 9.1 and 9.2, then Epoch after. I had fun in 9.1 and 9.2. A lot of fun. Asher, what's up, man? Heck no. Although I still have to, I have like only 281,000. So I still got to go in there to get my 300,000, but then I'm out. So I don't have that much left, which is what I like. I have no incentive right now to do anything more in Battlegrounds. I was gonna push to like 100 to get the 10,000 radiance, but that only lasted for that one meta apparently. So whoop, that's that. Yeah, it's invade. So they hit you in your block, and you're gonna take a lot of damage. All right, Bazooka, take care, man. Epignosis. Have fun at work. But yeah, so I'm good. I'm good on that. For real, for real. All right. We used up our energy. Let's get back to life. Back to reality. Back to the here and now. Show me how you take the initiative. Okay. Come on. I'm grinding for 200 points, just up and down. Yep. That's how it'll go, too. Now checking score, I am at 780k solo. Yeah. Crazy just being stuck. And see, that to me is not fun. That is not fun at all. Putting in all that time, all that work, and you still have nothing to show for it? Mm-mm. I don't like that. Not my cup of tea. But there are people who love it. So for them, more power to them. Why do you think they had to come up with Radiance and then a Radiance store and all this other stuff, trying to give people more incentive to play it because people weren't playing it. You had a few diehards that loved the mode and they were playing, but the majority, I was at 110 points, 30 matches later, 110 points. Yeah, I mean, for me, that is the most frustrating. There was a game, MMO. I think it was Lineage. If you know Lineage, back in the day, it was like the largest MMO. It's so funny because nowadays it wouldn't be anything, but at the time I think it had like 300,000, and that was more than all the other MMOs put together. That's how big it was. But it was a definite grindy type game. And one of the things that I didn't like there is that when you gain experience, you go up in level, right? That's normal. But in this game, you could actually lose your levels. And it was very much level based on a lot of things, equipment, all that good stuff. So you could spend a hard, grindy week and lose all of it in like an hour. Easy. If you just keep dying and dying, you could actually lose your levels. Most games don't make you do that because the RPG element of it is that you always are gaining experience. Even death is an experience, you know? So they don't take your experience. But this one did. And see, for me, the one thing, you know, there's a few things, but the one thing that is guaranteed to piss me off is if you take away my achievements. Because I like to achieve. I like to get stuff. So if I've achieved it, I don't want you taking it from me. Okay? If I achieved it. So think about Battlegrounds and how they do it. How they do Battlegrounds. You earned those medals, right? You fought. You might have fought an awesome match with somebody that was, you know, much stronger than you. And you got him. Awesome, right? And then the next match, something happens and you lose. And they take your medals that you earned. See, I don't like that. For me, that is nonsensical. That don't make no sense. Okay? I don't like it. You know, it takes away the joy that I had in doing that other fight. Because I have nothing to show for it now. Can you imagine if you were in the Olympics and you ran a race and you earned your gold medal, and then you go and you run another race and you lose out and they take your medal from your previous race? That's why checkpoints are developed in game. Yeah, checkpoints, save points. BGs are invented to keep the addicted in the game. They were leaving, and now because of Radiance and PC, it's bringing them back. In that case, mission accomplished. But yeah, BG's wasn't it. In fact, if it wasn't for the fact that you did get something and there was a BG store, I wouldn't play BG's. If they set it up to where the only what's up, Billy D, by the way? If they made it so that the only thing that you got from BG's is the joy of playing it and that kind of thing, I wouldn't play it. But I'm an achiever, see? And so the Radiance and having a Radiant store means there's something I can achieve. And if you look in the Radiant store, there's one thing that I want the most there. And that's a mastery point. I want another mastery point. Because that's permanent. And it's not going to lose its value. So I'm saving up, and I'm almost there. But I'm saving up to get that. Radiance did bring so many modders. They did. So what do you guys think about the recent ban wave? They messed up. No surprise there. You know, if you look at some of the, for like virus protection and things like that, they don't guarantee that you'll get no false positives. They just say less than others, you know? Or if they don't have false positives, they hold that up as an awesome achievement. And that's because what they will do on purpose is they'll make the net very wide, so it will catch a lot of people in the net, and they accept that. They accept a certain percentage. And so they look, and if the percentage is within their tolerance level, they consider it a success. Now, obviously, the people that got banned unfairly aren't going to like it, but from their perspective, they have a certain tolerance level. And as long as it's within that tolerance level, they good. So they claimed to have banned 10,000 or so. We don't know how many were caught in that. But say it was like 300. 300 out of 10,000, that's probably acceptable for them. And then they'll tighten it up and go forward from there. So, because, you know, I tell people it's unrealistic to think that it wouldn't have false positives. That's unrealistic for any kind of system like that. Yeah, now that is a policy issue, Asher. There is no way they should have done that on the weekend. You don't do that kind of thing on the weekend and then leave. No way. I'll tell you. One girl that got hired, she was fresh out of college. I think this was her first job. They let her help me, right? So just so that y'all know how much I was working, okay? There was a client that I was dealing with by myself, okay? There were 11 sites, and at each site, there were at least 2 different points of contact. Okay? Me by myself. And I was expected to do customer service, tech support, end user training, development. Okay? All of that by myself. So they hire this girl, and they have her do just one thing for me, the customer service part. Just that. That way, you know, if they needed something or they needed tech support or something like that, I'd still be doing that. But they just had her do just that. And she was freaking out because it was a lot. Okay? Now, one day, and it was a Friday, she interacted with the client. And let's just say it didn't go well. Okay? You don't talk to the client like she did. Okay? And not only did she do that, but then she dropped, I think, one email. And here, just to give you an idea of the nature of her thing, she used the term tough love. Think about that. To the client, think about what that email had to have been like when she said that it was time for some tough love with them. Okay? And then, when she said that, she left. She just left. She didn't notify me. She didn't notify anybody. And that was over the weekend. And she came in Monday. I saw her get called up to the office, which was right above me. And she knew what was going to happen. Because I talked to her. I was the last person to talk to her before she got fired. And her eyes were already misty. And she said, I think I'm going to get fired. And I didn't know what was going on. She'd come in early. Okay? And I was catching up on my emails. And then I saw. And I'm like, oh no. Okay? And we did some major damage control. And she got called up, and I never saw her again. She was called up, escorted out. That was that. But she might have survived it had she not left that over the weekend. You know, my boss was like, you know, I was telling another coworker about it, and he overheard, and he came over and filled me in on some things I didn't even know that she had done. It was even worse than I thought, because I had the emails, right? And he had filled me in on some other stuff she did. And then he said, basically what she did, and this was his words, was pour gasoline on the fire. She started the fire, poured gasoline on the fire, and then left. And didn't tell anybody anything. You know? And of course it was over the weekend, so I didn't know. I wasn't checking over the weekend. Oh my goodness. I still remember her. And I saved those emails too. And we went over them, some of us, and nobody that read those emails at the time was like, oh. You know, it's like, you do not talk to the client like that at all. You know, she got angry and told him that it was time for some tough love. She tried to dictate to them certain things. No. That's not how you talk to them. Now, mind you, I had been dealing with the client for about a year. Never had that problem. Never. Banned me falsely for a weekend, $4,500. I know, I saw the compensation they got. And I see people talking about, is it too late for me to get banned? Relaxing Ends, what's up, man? I didn't rank up all my 4 stars to max, but most of them. All of them are rank 4 or rank 5. And I might go through a little bit later. There's an objective for ranking up champs. And I might just go through and rank up a bunch of my rank 4s to rank 5. Until I don't have any more catalysts for it. Sounds like a meme where kid girl laughing while in the background house burn. Oh yeah. I mean, it was bad. And it was sad because we all liked her. You know, she was young, she was pretty, she was fresh out of college, like I said. And basically, you know, he let everybody know what happened. And said, you know, we wish her well, and hopefully this will be, you know, a learning experience for her. And I hope it is. You know, your first job out of college, this happens, but I think the next time, hopefully, if she learned from it, she will do better. Or she'll get a job where she's not having to deal with the clients. I don't remember what her degree was or what she was studying or anything. But eventually, they turned, they restructured, because we were a small company and we grew. And they stayed small for tax purposes, for a reason. You know, it was on purpose. And they grew to a certain point where they were not considered mid-sized. And they broke us, they restructured so that we had teams. And they made up a team that was like the maintenance team. Because we had a lot of clients that were basically already developed, and now that they should be maintenance. Well, my client, they had to make that a team effort. No one person did that like I was. And I remember I didn't get a raise one time because they go by the numbers. So I was putting in a lot of time, but it wasn't budgeted. Now, that was not my fault. I didn't make up the budget. And there was a lot of work. And so when I wasn't telling them, so that was my fault. I wasn't saying anything to them about it. I was just trying to do my best. So I was working like a madman. And they didn't know. Now, it was their job to know. But instead, here I am. At the time, it was their largest client. I'm working on their largest client by myself. And instead of getting rewarded, I got penalized for it. Okay? And I remember that. And I'm just like, okay. I'm just like, whatever. You know? But eventually they found out. I remember they were thinking I just wasn't efficient, right? And so they turned it over to another young lady who eventually married the boss, by the way. She was kind of like my supervisor. And she pulled me in one day into her little, office area, cubicle little thing. And she had one question for me. She said, how in the world did you do this for a year? How in the world did you do this for a year? She said, this is way too much. Because, see, they didn't know, and they should have, but they didn't know how many times the client was calling me every day. And remember, I had potentially 22 people calling. And then anytime they would bring on an assistant and the assistant needed to be trained, who was training them? Me. If they looked and they saw that one of the other hospitals had a feature on their website that they liked, who implemented that feature when they asked for it? Me. So it was a lot. And when she finally saw that, she was like, no way. And so it got transitioned over to a team of people to get that thing done. And they freed me up to do other projects because I couldn't do any other project but that one. You know, I had one coworker, she was wary of working with me on a project. I remember I asked her, you know, she didn't say anything, but I could tell. And I was like, you know, what's up? Tell me. And she's like, are you sure you want to know? I was like, I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to know. And like I said, nobody knew how much work I was doing on that, with that one client. And it was affecting everything else. So we had done a project one time, and what I had done, because I was so busy with the one client, is I had kind of pushed it off until later. We met our deadline, but she was the type of person, and so am I, generally speaking, that wanted to get it done early. You know, so like if this job takes 1 week to complete, and you got 3 weeks to do it, we want to do it in that first week and get it done with, okay? But I didn't do that because I had other things that needed to get done quick that they wanted to get done. But she didn't know that. So we did get that other project done, but it didn't get done early. We got it done, you know, in time for the deadline and all that good stuff. But that's just not the way she liked to work. So this next project, I asked her that, and she told me that. I was like, oh, I said, well, you should have told me that before. And I explained to her, I said, you know, with this other project, I usually had to, you know, I get tied up doing that. But if that's how you want to get this one done, because she didn't tell me that before, I'm like, let's go. And that's what we did. We knocked that thing out quick. And I told her, I said, don't ever be afraid to give me a critique. I'm not that way. You know, there are some people that are, that don't want that. I said, no. I said, don't do that. Not with me. If I ask you something like that, it's because I want to know. Because I want to improve. I don't want people avoiding working with me when it's something that I can easily address that I didn't even know. And it wasn't a problem once I got taken off of that and it got transitioned over to a team of people, because I like to get stuff done too, quick. But and all of that to say Kabam should not do stuff that serious on a weekend. That was just a bad idea. Another company that I work for, we had source control. And they had a banking product. Okay? You already know how serious that is, right? You do not want to play around with no banking software, messing stuff up. Okay? So what they would do, hold on, what did this do? Oh. Okay. It got stuck somehow. What they would do is Monday through Thursday was development day. That's when you wrote the code, you checked in your your code and everything. And on Friday, every Friday, a company-wide meeting. No new development, no code. We all went into one conference room. And we basically had a relaxing chat, brainstorm type session. If you had any issues, you could bring it up. You know, you had any coding problems that you were trying to fix, that was the time to ask for help. And, you know, of course you could ask all during the week, but, you know, this was the day that you could get a lot of people discussing it. You know, so you might get several different ways to approach the problem that you were dealing with, right? And what was going on Friday, that was the day that they made the new version of the banking software. And that's all that happened. So that entire day was dedicated to them building it. If they weren't able to build it because of someone's code, they would come into the conference room, call that person, or mention, the code. And since we all checked in our code, they know who did it, and they would call them out to fix it. And so then they would go out, fix it, and then they would try to build it again. Once they had a successful build, then the testing came. Okay? So by the time Monday came, we already knew if they found any new bugs or anything like that. But that's all that happened on Friday. They didn't, everybody just leave Friday and then they built the new software. No. None of this matters. Shut up and spend $12,000 on emotes. Man, I saw that new currency. What's up, Mike Holman? But yeah, I saw that new currency. Oh my goodness. What were they thinking? Well, we know what they're thinking. They're thinking just what you said. None of this matters. Shut up and spend $12,000 on emotes. And on champions. Crazy. When we had a website launch, guess which day we never launched a new website? Unless it was a special request. And then everybody was there that worked on that project. You know, they would say, okay, if you're going to have a Friday launch and you're not going to be available on the weekend, you would let somebody know and they would be available. Boss Man would also be available. He was there, and he was the most tech of us. He would be there over the weekend as well on any launch, you know, and anything. And if he had to fix something, because sometimes he did have to fix something that we did, and then when we came in Monday, he would tell us what he had to fix, and then you know, either we would get a reprimand for not testing it properly. You know, if it's something that should have come up in testing, we would get a reprimand. That's why I can't really understand how Kabam operates, because another company, you couldn't do that, man. That banking software, if they had messed up like that, oh my goodness, them people, they would have just quit. They wouldn't have even used their software. But I guess it's different. Spider did a breakdown on it. He also did a live stream shout out to you last night. Oh, cool. I try to, I usually stop by and hit the like button. But I think last night I was playing God of War with my sister. We were playing all the way till almost 3 in the morning. But we did beat that magma ancient. Made sure of that. Hold on, let me check, because it's already 4 o'clock. Let me see if there's still... All right, the verdict is in. I don't know what the verdict is, but apparently we have a verdict. It's not a mistrial. Is that it? Hold on, I'm trying to see. Let me, I had to turn it off. Let me see. Is it? What? Haha! They acquitted her. There you go. I'm reading some of the comments. Oh, thank goodness. I didn't even follow closely the retrial because, man, they were pissing me off. They shouldn't have even brought this up again. There shouldn't have been a retrial. Found not guilty. Also acquitted of the 2 lesser charges. Okay, she was convicted of operating, and yeah, that is perfectly fine, because she herself admitted to that. So that's what we were thinking. And I think that did the defense add that? I think the defense added that. Oh, and they even have the The sentence is 1 year probation. Wow. Go ahead, girl. I'm so happy for her. Because that was ridiculous. I would have been pissed if they tried to convict her. I would have been so pissed. But yeah, she admitted that she had been drinking and that she shouldn't have been driving. She said that herself. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she don't mind that. Because they were trying to take her life away from her. They wanted to put her away forever. You know? But here's the tragedy of the whole thing. Do you think justice was actually served? Justice for Karen Reed, yes. But was justice served for O'Keefe and the family? Because what answers are there? Or can there be? Because they didn't do a proper investigation. So we don't know who actually took him out. You don't use boost for arena? Sometimes. Like right now, I had like 34, I guess I have less now. Like 34,000 shards for it. Right? I do 1 year probation standing on my head. I know, right? And I don't know if she has already, but I would move. There's no way I would stay in their jurisdiction. If she hasn't moved already, I would move so far away from them. Because they will be after her from this point on. No. They've shown me their the levels of their integrity. No. I would get out of that jurisdiction as fast as I could. But that is awesome. Because I was waiting, man. I was waiting to be upset. And there was a hot mic moment. I don't know who said it, but it might have been the judge. But somebody on the mic said, "I can't do this again." I don't know who did. Hold on. Let's do this. I wish the filter worked. The persistent filter worked on the PC. I need to look and see if they check that. But that is so awesome. I think there would have been riots if they had found her guilty. I really do. Watching the and I even saw stuff I hadn't even seen the first go round. You know, I saw like little clips because I didn't follow it, like I said, like I did the first trial. You know, but I watched little excerpts, and they had a video that was not in the first trial, where Higgins, wearing a hoodie, was skunking around. Man, I think it was a cover-up. They tried to pin it on her. It failed. but they don't have any evidence. Made sure they destroyed all the evidence, covered up the evidence, got rid of the evidence, so that the real villain will probably never be found. So I don't think they will ever get true justice. I'm sure they wanted Karen Reed to be the villain. Oh wait, did it? Oh hey, maybe they fixed it. That persisted. Huh. Okay. They might have fixed it already. Cool. Man, that is such good news. I know she's feeling great. Because I was ready to holler. Because the corruption that was evident to everybody watching. I couldn't even imagine the jury wanting to convict. But see, it was a mistrial last time. According to certain jurors on the last trial, the reason of the mistrial was confusion over the verdict slip. You know, they couldn't agree. They agreed on some, but not all. So, according to them, they voted to acquit her unanimously on the larger charges, the M charge and all of that. It was only this one, the driving while under the influence. So this time, they still had those ugly forms because those forms are confusing. But this time, they were ready for that. And the jury asked a question which let us know that those forms are confusing. And people were correct. I watched some of the lawyers break down what they felt the questions indicated, and they were right. The questions indicated that they wanted to charge her for one of the lesser includeds, but not charge her for the larger one. So they did not feel that she was guilty of the big ones, the M, big one. But they felt that she was guilty of the driving under the influence. But they didn't want to say she was guilty of that if it meant that she would also be guilty of the other. And that was the confusion. And so they added some simpler instructions. And according to Vinny Politan, that is the way they do it there. That's their law. They cannot add, like, say, not guilty for each of the lessers, because people were asking that. They were like, so they can break it down and say, nope, she's guilty for this one, not guilty for this one, guilty for this one. But they can't do that because double jeopardy would apply. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. What's up, man? We just found out that Karen Reed was acquitted on all the big charges. And she was found guilty of the driving while under the influence and given 1 year probation. So no jail time. And I hope she moves. There's no way I would stay there. No way. Okay. I'm starting to feel some tingles, so I need to go get something to eat. But that is great news. You know, good news to me, because I feel that justice prevailed for Karen Reed, but I don't believe there's any justice for her boyfriend and his family. Because the person who actually did it is not facing justice. Now, maybe somebody will turn and come out with a confession or something, and maybe they will be able to. I don't know. I don't even think they're going to be looking. That Jennifer McCabe, boy. She is a little attractive cutie, but she a liar. They should definitely, I think she might need the jail time. Because I think she knows what happened. I think she was a part of it. But they didn't do their due diligence. They did not do their due diligence. All right, guys. That is going to do it for today. Let me see if anybody is streaming. Hit the like button. It helps me out. Pretty crazy is pretty crazy to me. Yeah. I mean, she's a little cutie. I ain't gonna give her. I mean, she's a, you know. But, oh my goodness. She is, that stuff coming out of her mouth. No, sir. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Is anybody got their redirect on? We got KT1, Ryan, and Max. We haven't raided KT1. Let's raid KT1. Been a little minute. Hashtag out of the shadows. All right. Take care, everybody. And you all have a blessed day.